What is going on, everybody? It's Jakey 1999 here, back with another video, and today we're going to be doing a video on the Championship and who do I think is going to finish in the playoffs, who do I think is going to get relegated, and ultimately who do I think is going to go to the Premier League. Like always, guys, like and subscribe. I hope you enjoy the video. I'm not going to ramble on too much because I always do that and it ends up just going off track. So let's get straight in the video. I hope you enjoy. Like and subscribe. Thank you very much. Let's start the video off. Relegations. Who do I think is going to get relegated into League One? I'm not going to talk too much in detail about the relegations and how teams have been playing, but at the moment, as the table stands, I will put the table up in the top right corner. Middlesbrough, Stoke and Barnsley all sit in the bottom three. Obviously Middlesbrough and Stoke, all respect to Barnsley, but Middlesbrough and Stoke have been in the Premier League more recently and are massive clubs. Obviously Middlesbrough is my club, and at the moment in my life, in the 20 years I've been here, it's the worst I've seen Middlesbrough play football. The absolute worst. A loss, draw, loss, draw. We've won 2 games. I think that is, pretty much only Barnsley have won 1, and the rest of the teams have won 3, 4, 5. Obviously, then it goes up and up and up. We've won 2 games, drew 7 games and lost 7, which isn't good enough. Obviously, Woodgate's doing the best he can. In my eyes, he's not the right man for the job, but we'll see where the season takes us, and hopefully we don't go down, because if we do, it'll ruin our club. So yeah, 24th, 23rd, 22nd, they're the relegation places. I've gone for Barnsley, I've gone for Wigan, and I've gone for Luton. All 3 of them came up from League One, and all 3 of them are finding it really hard. Luton are on a 4-game losing streak. Barnsley haven't won a game in 5. And then you've got Wigan, who are sort of inconsistent and very up and down. It's either that, it's either Luton, Wigan, Barnsley, or it's Middlesbrough and Stoke through in the mix as well. It can be either of them 5, because I don't see Middlesbrough getting higher than 18th, to be honest with you, which isn't the best. But I'm not going back on the Middlesbrough, not going back on the Borough. So yeah, they're my 5 that are going to be in the relegation scraps. Barnsley, Luton, Wigan, Middlesbrough and Stoke. All 5 of them are going to be in a relegation scrap, I think. Obviously January still to come, still a few more signings need to be done by clubs, so I'll revisit this after the January transfer window is finished. So, playoffs, more positive. Who's going to finish in the playoffs? I think Preston, Fulham, Notts Forest and Leeds are all going to finish in the playoffs. Leeds always bottle it, so I'm putting them in the playoffs, because halfway through the season they get figured out and then they don't know what to do because they've got a plan B. I'm not saying that because I'm a Middlesbrough fan, because Leeds play very attractive football. They've got Patrick Bamford, they've got Nketiah, who played for Arsenal. They've got him on loan. They've got Phillips. They've got a lot of players in there, a lot of brilliant players. Obviously they lost Jansen in the summer, he went to Brentford. Preston, the second at the moment, they're living life with Alex Neil, who's been promoted before with Norwich, who beat us in the playoff final. Won 9, drew 4 and lost 3 on a 3-game winning streak. Why can't Preston do it? They could finish second. If anyone's going to do it, it's Preston. So yeah, I think they'll finish up there, set up for playoffs. They might drop off in January and stuff like that, but they're playing very attractive football at the moment, so Preston definitely in the playoffs for me, if not higher. Next, Fulham. Fulham are always there. They're 7th at the moment, but they've got Mitrovic, and he's absolutely, he's better than the Championship, much better than the Championship. He should be playing in the Premier League. They've got a very good striker. So yeah, Fulham playoffs definitely. Notts Forest, again, got some very good players. Play attractive football. Got a new manager in after sacking Aitor Karanka last season. Or the season before, I can't remember when it was, but Karanka's a good manager by himself. He just clearly wasn't doing the job he was supposed to there, and the philosophy wasn't working. But Notts Forest definitely a massive club. It would help if my camera didn't fall over, Are we back? We're back. So Notts Forest definitely up there after my camera fell over. Yeah, next one. Who haven't I mentioned? I've mentioned Preston, I've mentioned Fulham, I've mentioned Notts Forest, and I've mentioned Leeds, so I've mentioned all of them. Yeah, they're my 4. Obviously Sheffield Wednesday, Brentford and QPR are all playing well as well. I like to say, from 10th position, they have a chance definitely of getting in the playoffs, because anything, it's really tight, to be honest. 3 points literally, 4 points separating 10th from 6th, so you know anything can happen. It is only early, we've only played 16 games. Promotion, obviously 2 massive clubs who have just been relegated from the Premier League recently, West Brom and Swansea. West Brom, Slaven Bilic, already my champions of this season. Slaven Bilic, what a manager. West Brom, massive club, massive team. You know, Matt Phillips, Dwight Gale last season. They've got a massive club and a massive fan base, and I think they will definitely reach the big time again and get back to the Premier League where they belong. Another massive team, Swansea City. After losing Graham Potter, I think he went to Brighton. Obviously, had to recruit a new manager and change things up, but he's done very well. And I think Swansea definitely will be either first or second. They're playing attractive football. Ollie McBurney, they lost him to Sheffield United in the summer, but they've still somehow managed to keep going, keep scoring goals. They've scored 31 goals. Sorry, no, they haven't. They scored 22 goals. I was really impressed in there. 22 goals. A bit leaky at the back, 16 conceded, but you know they'll sort that out, I think, and they definitely will be up there, finishing first or second back to the Premier League. So that's it, guys. That's my predictions. Relegation: Barnsley, Wigan, Luton, Middlesbrough or Stoke. Playoffs: Preston, Fulham, Notts Forest or Leeds. And promotion: West Brom or Swansea. As always, guys, thank you for watching. Keep positive, keep smiling, and I'll see you very soon. Adios.